Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I'm still doing it. All right, guys. Well, hey, welcome back to If You Would Have Asked Me. And today we're getting into a segment that I've done before, but I'm now segmenting it. Dating advice. And this one is about how your standards aren't the problem. Oh my gosh, what a shocker! Having standards isn't the issue. Stop lowering your standards just to make it more convenient to be in a relationship. It's not about being strict with rules and following all these play by plays, but you know what you deserve. Everybody knows what you deserve. Anybody who sees you fully and authentically knows what you deserve. So don't you think that that person would give you what you deserve? And if they couldn't, they would wait, or they would approach you in the right way that you know that your person, in the way that your person that deserves you would. Don't you think they would approach you like that? So if they're not living up to those standards as someone who deserves you, then don't lower your standards to make it convenient to be in a relationship because you want somebody to hold you at night. I'm sure you've woken up in your bed alone and been fine. You might cry sometimes, I cry sometimes, but that's fine. It's okay. You gotta let it out. Shit's gotta be. And if you're not letting it be, then what the fuck are you doing? So, this episode is mainly going to call for all of the listeners to reflect on your own boundaries in every relationship that you have. That means boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, brother, sister, father, grandma, grandpa, boyfriend, girlfriend, all of friends, male friends, female friends, blah, blah, blee, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean. But so as we're going through the episode, I do want you to just reflect on all of those things I just listed. So it all kind of starts with like those subtle slips. The how do we go easy or just kind of let things slide when boundaries are pushed? We kind of just kind of let our boundaries be pushed. And we start giving people chances because we see the potential version of themselves that could possibly deserve us at one point. But still is they're not really helping with uphold your boundaries, which someone who deserves you would. They're just pushing them down and lower and lower. And you at one point you have to ask yourself, how many times have you excused someone's behavior because of the person that you hoped they were going to become? And if you're not able to ask yourself that, you become victim to the cycle of compromise. And like I said, where those boundaries get pushed to the ground and we give another chance and we give another chance, and then they continue to not change and they continue to be the same person that they were before, and no growth is happening. The illusion of you being patient is now challenging the reality of self betrayal. And you have to be able to win this battle, because if you're not, then you're betraying yourself. And if you do, you're breaking the illusion of patience and you're now able to succeed. But don't let the illusion of patience for the other person and for yourself slip away and be consumed into how much you love said person. Because every time you release a boundary, you drift further away from your most authentic self. And if your boundaries being pushed is what makes you happy, then obviously I'm not talking to you. But there are people that are unsatisfied with their lives right now because they constantly let their boundaries be pushed. I'm talking to you. You know I'm talking to you. You know you need to hear this. You know that you paint an illusion of being patient with somebody. You know that you do this. You know you paint the illusion that you're being patient with someone, that you're giving them unconditional love, when at the end of the day, at one point, this is no longer you being patient. It's now an illusion of patience because they're never going to change. And now you're betraying yourself because you love them. but they don't respect you. Not the way that you deserve. And this doesn't mean that they're a bad person. And you kind of have to start to be able to recognize the hidden cost of situations. And ignoring boundaries affects so many small, subtle things in your life. It affects small habits shifting. So now things that once maybe were super easy and super light and like kind of fun for you to do, they're now annoying and irritative. Confidence drops. Everything that you might have loved about yourself, everything that you didn't think was that big of an issue, because of this person, now you're overthinking it because you're literally being sucked in with their depletion. And you're just being drained of all of your energy because you're giving somebody else the patience that you deserve, and they're not giving you that patience. Because if you were getting the patience you deserve, then you wouldn't feel that you still need it. And most people won't call it out because, whatever, it's not their place. But at the end of the day, if you're involved, it's your place to call your boundaries. And if people don't want to stand on your boundaries, then you need to walk away. Don't attack them. Don't make them feel any type of way just because they couldn't live up to your boundaries. You need to make the conscious decision to walk away and grow the fuck up. Because staying somewhere where you know that you have grown out of and you know that you don't belong, that is immature. Don't stay somewhere where you're comfortable just because you're scared of losing people. It's, in the bluntest way possible, it's extremely immature because you know that more is out there, but you're choosing to stay still out of fear and comfortability, which is not an excuse. And you may not even notice the changes that kind of come, but at one point it'll weigh on you heavy enough for it to cause yourself to physically start changing things in your life and make this so undeniably important that it has to be taken care of because it's right in front of your face. When you're in this position, when you're ready for this, when you're able to understand that you deserve more than what you've been accepting, it'll be in your face and you're gonna have to just say, okay, well, fuck. Guess it's time to go get more because I deserve it. And until you get to that point of wanting more and just wishing for more and starting to actually do things for more, you're going to reach a point of recognizing how drained that you're becoming. It's going to feel like you want to forget or shut down as often as any sign of a boundary is at the forefront. And at this point in your life, you're going to have to ask yourself, where in your life right now do you feel the most drained instead of nourished? And if it's a relationship, understand that you have the ability to change that power dynamic because it doesn't need to be negative. You don't need to have negative relationships in your life. Negative emotions, yes. Negative relationships, no, because they bring you down. And you'll know when you need to let those go and when you've learned your lessons. Energies do not lie. Trust your intuition. If you're drained, something is misaligned. And so at this point, you now have to bring yourself to realignment and you have to start practicing realignment because I can't stress it enough. Practice is so important. Hey, Pumpkin, babe, can we not do that, Mama? That's my dress. I have a dress and it dangles and she's over here just like hitting it like no one matters. Oh, here she comes. Oh no. Moto, I think she likes you. Come here, babe. She don't listen. Okay, anyways, back to the point. Anything, literally just like any other sport, with your brain, if you want to become stronger, if you want to become smarter, you're going to have to start smaller and you're going to have to build up. It's going to take practice. So what you truly want to allow in your life, you have to give yourself the space to reflect on it. You have to give yourself space to reflect on what you truly want in your life so you can start making shifts to get it. And what doesn't align with you and the person that you're becoming isn't isn't going to fit in that space. It's not going to want to be in that space. And it's not about resentment, it's about release. It's about feeling like your shoulders have been taken a weight off. Alignment is self-discipline, and it's not self-punishment. I just started going back to the gym maybe a month or two ago, right? And obviously I'm not as strong as I was when I was after I was going consistently for a year. So I have to rebuild my strength. So I personally have really bad hips, I have really bad knees. So I started off with mobility, hip mobility, leg mobility, just things that helped me make sure that I was able to fully lift the way that I needed to. And so now my mobility, which it was really hard for me to do when I first started it, my mobility workout is easy. So now I can do my mobility workout with weights. So now it's a mobility weighted workout. So now I've got 5 different muscle groups all working at the same time, but they're working together and they're all being used at once, which is inevitably just going to make me stronger in a whole. I'm not going to have to worry about if I'm not able to lift something because I didn't work out this part of my body, because I'm working every part of my body. If I'm doing legs, I'm doing everything in my power to work every part of my leg. So when this comes to your mind, when you're working on things in your head, you have to you understand that you're not just working on one specific area of your mind and your consciousness. You're working on all of these different little energy trails that connect to this one spot that you're working on. It's all connected. It's been energetically connected. You just have to see where those dots are lining up and what color it is. And this is another thing that is going to be called for in this is self-responsibility in love. Calling for your own responsibility when it comes to situations where you know you are giving love and love is being received. Don't wait for someone to ride in on a white horse, because it's never going to fucking happen. And I don't mean that as in don't wait for someone who's going to come in and take care of you. But you can only ask for someone who's to take care of you as much as you're taking care of yourself. So you should already be on that goddamn horse. You should already be saved, and someone else just take that weight off your shoulders. You are responsible for protecting your standards. Don't be scared to uphold them. If someone doesn't live up to one standard, they're not going to live up to it again. Walk away. It's okay. There's a billion people on this planet. Trust me. There will be someone who's just as hot, who's going to come in and do just the same things and better, because that person will show you that they deserve you. It's not going to be something that's hard to notice, and it's not going to be something that you have to convince yourself of. Because not only are you responsible for protecting your standards, but you're also responsible for protecting those boundaries and your energy. So why would you allow yourself to get consumed in somebody else not being able to figure themselves out? If you are at a point where you understand that your boundaries and your standards and your energy are being disrespected, walk away. Tell yourself, I get to decide what I allow, and I get to choose who I grow into. Therefore, I do not have to grow into you and your pain, because I deserve more. Lowering your standards is a very slow but very real self-betrayal. Protecting your boundaries protects your authenticity. And realignment starts with listening to yourself and actually hearing what others are telling you. So this week, I do want you guys to take a little challenge with you. I want you to take 10 minutes today or tomorrow or whenever you find the time to list what you allow and what you no longer want to tolerate. Then choose one of those things and make an adjustment and find an adjustment that you can make this week so you can align with what you want. Love doesn't ask you to shrink. Love meets you at your fullest height. And with that, that is the end of this episode of If You Would Have Asked Me. Like I've said before, guys, I'm your host, Addie. I absolutely love every single one of you. We are almost at 100 subscribers. I think we're like 10 away, which is crazy. But yeah, I love you guys so much. So go ahead and do what you need to do with this episode. Share it with your friends, family, whoever you think might need to hear it. Just do what you need to do. Know that you are loved. Know that people are out there and that there are people who will listen to you and that want to listen to you and that you have the ability to make the differences that you make. Don't let any kind of relationship in your life hold you back from that. Fear is the ultimate, the ultimate defender. And he's pretty good. He's pretty good at keeping you away from that goal. Don't let fear win. It's not worth it.